Good Sunday evening, everybody. Hope everybody's doing all right. Hope Thomas is okay. I completely understand, Thomas. We were having some thunder on and off today, and I was hoping it was going to be away before I even started the live stream. So, hi, Lisa Ann. Hi, David. How you doing? Thanks everybody for stopping in. Kane, how you doing, brother? Thank you for stopping in. So, yeah, pretty busy week this week. A lot going on in the shop. A lot going on at work. So, hey, Daryl,
Hello.
what's happening, brother?
Not a whole lot.
You guys getting any storms down your way?
No, we actually we've had two pretty good days. Last couple of days they've been hot, but I mean
Yeah.
we've actually. Hello, everybody. Renegade, Lisa Ann, Kane, and everybody else I miss. Angela.
Hi, Angela. Yeah, we had Wednesday, Thursday was pretty decent. Friday, the heavy humidity started going up, and then yesterday and today, the humidity was a lot higher. So, but we worked through it. We got stuff done. Uh, Started my Saturday morning out fixing my riding mower so I could get my grass mowed. I had to put new PTO belts on it. It's a fairly easy job. I mean, just loosen a couple brackets and slip them on. Heck, they're only yay big.
I messed up last weekend. I didn't. You never it never showed up that you was even having a live stream. So
I've been hearing that from a lot of people, and I don't know what's going on. I even heard
I
some
was
of the
looking
people.
here and on YouTube. I mean on Facebook. I didn't see where you was going live. So
Yeah, the some of the guys I pull with said that they haven't been getting notifications when I put new videos out, and I'm like, well, they're put out every week at the same time, same day, so Wednesdays and Saturdays. Uh, the one guy said that he was at the pool last Saturday, and he's like, "Did you put a video out today?" I'm like, "Yeah, And he's like, "I never got notified of it." Later on in the pool, he goes, "Yeah, I went and looked." He goes, "I'm still subscribed, got my notifications all turned on, and I see the video." He said, "But it never sent him a notification about it." So
I kept looking for you last weekend, regardless of whether the notifications comes up or not. I was going to my subscribers and going and on to the regular YouTube homepage, and I
yeah,
never seen you pop up. So
yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe my shorts videos are doing too well, and they're trying to curb me.
I mean, I seen 2 minutes after you went offline that you because I mean I messaged you
Mm-hmm.
right afterwards,
Right, right.
and told you I couldn't find you, but I messed up. Hey, graveyard. Uh, I
Hey, Graveyard.
I went and I bought a washer the other day because I mean I'm growing a garden in my gutters on the house. So I mean I decided to go get me a. It was time to pick my crop off the gutter out the
Yeah,
gutters, and so I bought a pressure washer, and then I sat out there for 2 hours trying to figure out why I couldn't get no pressure through it. I mean, I could sit there and squirt it with the machine off, squirt water through it and all this,
mm-hmm.
but evidently the wand itself was bad. I went and took the wand and the hose off of the other one. The pump started getting hot, and I quit. I cut it off and quit. And
Right.
I went down there to the shop. I had my old pressure washer, so I took the hose and the wand off of it, and it it worked fine, perfect then. But then I messed up. Once I started cleaning the gutters, Delisa found out that it also cleans the siding on the house. So, in other words, here I am. We got down to, we got 3/4 of the front of the house and one end clean, but I still got probably that much of a gutter still I got to get my crops out of. And then I get down on the other end, and then when I get down on the high end of the house, then I got to clean, pressure, put pressure down the gutter so it'll flow out of it. And so, I mean, I worked my tail off the other day, and
Yeah.
with my diabetes acting up the way it is, hey Dwight, but I mean, it's hard to uh, hard. I finally got out there and I cut the back with the lawnmower, and I said, well, let me go get this old push lawnmower I got that Lisa's daddy gave me, and I'll do the front. I'll see if I can do the front with it. But the front looks a whole heck of a lot better than the back do now. I mean, I don't want how to cut that back acreage. I mean,
Oh,
with a riding lawnmower, without a push lawnmower. But
yeah. A few years back, before my ex left, I brought one of the big pressure washers home from work, and was going to do our siding and stuff because I get some on the north side of the house. I used to get like the green mildew or musty or whatever that.
That's what we had on the end of ours over here.
And so I did all that. I did the whole entire house, and I'm like, oh, I'll pressure wash the patio furniture too. Why I got it here? So I'm pressure washing the patio furniture. Well, I happened to hit the concrete. Yeah.
You got to clean the driveway.
Well, the patio, the
whole
concrete patio. Yeah. So I ended up like 4 hours later, I finally finished up, the concrete patio, and I'm like, man, never again. So anytime I did it after that, the siding, I made sure I stayed way far away from that concrete patio.
Well, they got one of them things now that them round things that you push up and down the patio. I mean,
yeah. I don't know if that little electric one I got from that company, I don't know if it would run one of those or not. I don't think it has enough. It's got decent pressure, but I don't think it has the volume to spin it.
Yeah.
So
I got.
Oh, that's not good.
I don't have to worry about it that way, going that way, Renegade. Mine goes the opposite. Mine's staying about 200 over 100, 140 to 160 on the bottom. That's why that's why me getting up on that ladder is so bad with mine. I'm scared. I'm also, you're scared of my diabetes dropping, and plus on top of that, on that ladder, then I got to worry about my blood pressure and getting lightheaded off my blood pressure. So, I mean,
You're right, Jim Bob. We are all falling apart, brother.
Yes, sir.
Don't get old. It sucks. See, I'm lucky though. Our pressure washers at work, we got extensions. I think we can go like 12 feet. So, I can stand on the ground. The only thing it doesn't have is that little hook thing to get up in your gutters.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Well, where I bought it at Tractor Supply, and they didn't have one. That's the only thing about it. I was going to buy it all, at one time, and they didn't have one of those things to clean the gutters out with it. So here I am up there with the wand trying to pressure wash down. But have you heard of a CRX engine there, Ed? I mean, this thing's got a CRX engine. I ain't never heard of one of those before.
No.
I mean, but that's I looked at 2 or 3 different places, and they all had CRX engines. Is they taking the place of Briggs and Stratton or what?
Probably, yeah. I haven't really kept up too much. I haven't really kept up too much on those engines and stuff, that style, because our grounds department went all battery, still push mowers and stuff. So I don't have to. I don't have to worry about all that stuff anymore. Um, so, but yeah, uh, our grounds department, they bought. Well, they've got two. They got a big gas powered one and a smaller one, and then they went out last fall and bought an electric one. I don't even know what brand it is. It's really nice, super light, and that's the whole reason they bought it, so they could so that they could transport it around and do little quick jobs, you know. So, but
Yeah, but I watched a video the other night with somebody riding lawnmowers with stand up jobs, but
mhm.
but it was electric, and it just sounded funny whenever he speeded it up. It sounded funny as all get out when he speeded the video up. So.
Oh, probably
car playing nursery.
probably 5 or 6 years ago when I went down to the GIA conference down there in Louisville, the small engine green industry thing. I actually test drove a zero turn sit on electric model. It was nice, but I don't. I didn't get into any of the specifics of weight wise, if they're lighter or heavier or anything like that. And
I mean,
just,
I can see something, like the riding lawnmower because, because basically they've been doing that for many years in golf carts, battery
right,
operated golf carts. Okay, but what I have a problem with is the handheld tools like the weed eaters and all that.
yep.
How does them things have enough battery to last you half a day if you got a big yard or if you're doing commercial lots? I mean,
Well, we bought my mama still. Oh, I don't know how many years ago now, because her old weed eater brand, one that had a built-in battery and you just plugged it in and charged it. Uh, it died, so me and my brother went together and bought her the leaf blower and the weed eater and a couple batteries, and it actually has more battery than what she wants. what she used to do is, or no, it did have external batteries because she would weed eat long enough that it would kill one battery, and she'd go take a break. Well, now she can do all of her weed eating around her whole house and everything on one battery, and she has to actually physically think about it and say, "Well, I'm tired. We're going to be done for now," and then take a break. And when I was talking to the guys down there at the trade show, they said that they were marketing those stand-ons and sit-downs towards more landscapers, not commercial property places like what we have in that.
Yeah.
That way they can actually start early in the morning and run later at night because a lot of housing developments and communities and stuff like that have restrictions on when they're like noise ordinance.
Yeah.
And their mowers are under the noise ordinance. So
under the decibels for
yep,
noise.
exactly. Thanks, Kane. We haven't really talked anything about tractor pulling.
Not so far. I mean, we've been talking. We're talking small engines, but not
right.
tractors.
Well, I mean, I need, instead of re-gearing monkey business, I'm gonna try first gear, and if my gear chart is right, it should cut my ground speed about a third from where I'm at now if I go to first gear. So hopefully that'll help keep the RPMs up and not lug the motor down so much. and be just about where I need to be. So I just need to build a shifter lock, which I started out doing this morning, and my unclassified ADHD kicked in, and I did 5 other things,
No,
So,
I mean,
but
yeah. So y'all, yeah, you didn't fool yesterday
mm-mm.
because I messaged you a couple times and you answered me back. I said, well, he definitely ain't down in that little valley down there.
Yeah. There was one local I thought about going to, but I had too much other stuff I needed to get done around here. So I opted not to go. And they really don't have a class for that tractor. I so I mean they said that they said they do, but not on paper. So
Yeah.
um,
Well,
I just
actually, Kane, they are in a certain way, but it's the different pitch of the sound of it that resonates differently than the
yeah.
gas engine on those lawnmowers and stuff. So
Well, I say actually the electric one that I drove um, was about half as noisy as what an electric one was. It was more of a whine than just than the noise of the motor.
you had to pick it
Uh,
on me because I rolled lawnmower over the other week.
yeah,
I told you to fix the brakes on it.
That wasn't a brake issue. That was where it jumped out of gear. As I was climbing the hill, it broke traction the ground was wet and it broke traction and it kicked it out of gear.
That's why you go.
yeah. Well, I like I said, first thing in the morning yesterday, I fixed my riding mower, put the new belts on it,
Come fix
um,
mine.
and then by the time I got that done, I ran uptown and got gas for my weed eater to mix gas up to do some weed eating, and got back, uh, did my tractor mowing and everything, and I started out weed eating, and I got about 15 feet done. Ran out of string. I'm like, no problem. I've got some hung up there in the garage. I looked for 45 minutes everywhere and could not find that string. I know I have it. I know it's there, but could not find it. And the thing about it is it's bright green. It's not even a dark color or anything. So maybe I used it all up. I don't know, but yeah. So I didn't feel like going back uptown just to buy some weed eater string that I know I have. So I'll look again maybe tomorrow evening when I get off work. And hi, Mrs. Kurtz.
Hey, Mrs.
Maybe
Clark.
maybe I'll look again, or maybe I'll just stop on my way home from work tomorrow and grab some and finish up my weed eating. But yeah, I've been Hi, Thomas. Hope the storms are not around in
Hey,
your
Tom.
area. So, hey, Cajun, how you doing, brother?
Hey,
So,
Cajun.
but yeah, so, but I do have to also got to get busy on putting the plywood on the inside of the walls of that shed, so I can start getting stuff put in there. So, and
Yeah.
it's very very deceiving sitting on the lot with all the other sheds how big that thing actually is. You know. Thomas says he has six. Well, you having 6 rolls does me none. No good. Only string trim a couple times a year.
Just go stack the ice cream and we'll talk to you later,
Yeah.
Thomas. Just kidding, Thomas.
Thank you, Cajun. But Yeah, I got some. I think they're 4x4 or 4x5 pieces of like 3/8 that flake board, wafer board stuff. I'm gonna put up on the inside like 4 foot up, just to because it's all steel, and I don't want to take a chance of like pulling a tractor in or something and banging a hole through it or something and denting it or whatever. So, and then also if I ever do decide to, that's
Dude,
all right.
They
Nate.
don't. Hey Nate, but they don't have the rules on them buildings like they do down here, Ed, where you can't hang nothing from them or nothing
Nope.
like that. I mean,
Nope. It's my building to do with what I want.
if you finance them things down here, they tell you can't drive nails in it, you can't hang nothing, you can't do whatever. So
Yeah, nope. There's no rules. You can do whatever you want. As long as because they will come repo it. And from what the guy told me, because he's telling me about some repos that he's done. As long as there's nothing blocking the shed itself, they'll pick it up and take it, whether there's stuff in it or not. As long as they can get the truck into it, hook the winch to it, they will winch that thing right back up on if it's loaded down or not. So, yeah, he said the only thing that they won't do is cut power lines. So, but
well, it sounds like to me you need to park your old truck in front of it, in case if you never do, just park your old truck to where they can't get to it.
oh, and if anybody needs parts for a 96 Dodge Ram, it's got a 5.2 in it, a good transmission, good motor, bad frame. It's even got decent tires and wheels on it. Make me an offer.
Is that did I see correctly on your last video that what'd you do? Bring out the old Chevrolet again to go to the pools with this time, or was
no,
I looking at something wrong?
I just had to move them because that's how they had to bring the shed in where I had those parked at, and both of them fired up perfectly fine. The batteries were dead. $1 for the Dodge. I'll need a few more than that, but
What's it got in it? 360.
no, it's got the 318, the 5.2.
Okay.
But don't smoke, don't knock. I think it's under 200,000 miles. I have to look at the odometer again, but yeah, I got the Chevy fired up, and of course, it's been sitting for, I haven't driven it probably 6-8 months. Started moving it forward. I smelled something. Yeah, it's leaking gas. One of the fuel lines rusted through, so I have to fix that. But got that started up, moved out of the way, backed up into the hole where I was gonna move it to get the shed in, and went and fired the Dodge up and got it going, and started moving it forward. And I'm like, I need to go just a little bit further forward, and I kind of goosed it a little bit and heard this bang. I'm like, oh man, what the heck did I break now? Well,
Yeah,
when I got out and looked, the frame busted. The truck's sitting like this, and where it busted at was right at the front bed mount on the passenger side. So there's no way to get a plate in there without cutting the bed mount off. So
I thought, when I was watching your video, I thought you drove Chevrolet to the tractor pools the other week, because it looked like to me you were sitting beside of a Chevrolet with a base right over the wheel well.
Nope. That's my Dakota. The wheel wells are rusted out.
Okay.
Yeah, you can hear a Chevy rust, but it was the Dodge that broke the frame. Yeah, yes, it is. It's a very typical Dodge issue. So, and I've been for the last couple months, ever since I got serious about getting the shed, I've been kicking around the idea of putting it on Marketplace and getting rid of it. And hey, Quick Wrench, how you doing, brother?
Hey, quick.
And so now it's going to be. I'm going to put it on Facebook on the Marketplace for good engine and transmission, but you take the whole truck. You know, you can hear it run, and if there's no offers or no takers, I'll call the scrap man and have him come get it. You know.
Well, what Delise was talking about the jets was yesterday afternoon. I was sitting in the shop, and I had my big old garage fan going. You know, you can't hardly hear anything over the top of it. And here, I mean, they use this as kind of as a zigzag way of flying under the radar around here through these mountains and stuff. I guess practicing. But these sun guns come across the house. Yeah, one of them come across the shop, and I swear I could read the letters under the bottom of it. It was so close, and he had them afterburners kicked in, and about that time, here come the other one behind it. He rattled the shop, the house, all the windows, and everything else. They were so close to the. It's flying so low through here. I mean,
well, the Pro Football Hall of Fame game they just had, a couple weeks ago there, they had the flyover team in town, and they were practicing, and I happened to be in their fly zone for their practice. You talk about, seeing something low and slow or low and fast. That was it.
Yeah, they come across the top of my shop and had the metal rattling and everything in the shop.
They do it though frequently. I mean, they're so close we can see their goggles and helmets. They wave at us too. I flash. Have a nice day.
We used to have when I was on the fire department, the big transport planes, C347s or whatever they're called. On Tuesday nights, it's the National Guard. They always would make a big loop. I don't know how many mile loop, but then they would fly right over our fire station. Well, one night we were out there and had the trucks out doing the inspections. Well, we turned all the lights and everything on. We're all waving. They actually went and tipped the wings. Both of them. There's two of them that do it. They fly in formation.
Well, when I was a kid, I probably 14, 15 years old. I was, where I lived at was about 30-mile range from Shaw Air Force Base. So the jets constantly come over the house, but usually they're flying. Well, I was up in the top of a pecan tree, trying to shake the last of the pecans out of it.
Yeah.
And they seen my butt in the top of that tree. They come across and they did a flip over like that right over the top of it. If I hadn't grabbed hold of that button holding on good, they'd blow me slam out the top of it. I guess they were just seeing if they're gonna help me shake the pecans out, I guess. So
yeah. Hey, any help can be
yeah. I'm just like I said, I'm just glad I had moved to a big enough limb that I could grab a hold to, because if not, I could have tumbled all the way out of that tree. But
no. In Plan B or Monkey Business, well, either Plan B too, but Monkey Business, that transaxle, what's in that tractor is out of my old modified 20 horse, my 39 cube, and it has a 21-22 gear set, second and third, with a 20. I think it's a 23% overdrive. It's either 16 or 23, but I think it's 23% overdrive. So yeah, I'm way over geared for that stock little 18 opposed twin. That's why I'm going to try first gear before I mess with any of the bull gears or anything in it. If I have to, I will go back to a stock bull gear and try that and see if I can't run the 21 tooth, the second gear. And if I still can't run that, then I'll get a 10% underdrive. So,
Yes, Renegade. They almost did shake this nut out of the tree.
wrong nut out of the tree. Yeah, absolutely. So, last summer
Biggest
or last fall,
cargo plane. You can't hear yourself talk.
last fall, we had Blackhawks flying in formation. They must have been
We have
the
all the time.
We're seeing a lot of Ospreys running through here lately. You know, with the engines tilted up.
yeah.
You know, the airplane was flying like a helicopter. I mean,
Well, it was on the same night, Tuesday nights. Actually, it's Tuesday and Thursday. But they were flying the same pattern and everything as the National Guard guys. So I think they're part of the National Guard. And then this spring, while I was at work, I noticed on, I think, Wednesdays, we would have 3 Chinook helicopters flying in formation. And they were in about the same pattern. So, yeah, it's, woo. So,
them Ospreys, though, those are something else to watch, too. I mean,
oh, yeah, I've seen lots of videos of them guys.
yeah, I mean,
Something about that C-180 cargo plane.
yeah, and then we had then occasionally we had them cargo planes come over that them sons ain't them they monsters, but
Mhm.
Oh, something about the Goodyear blimp that's flying through here now.
yeah, we had a Goodyear blimp fly through here the other week.
See, I'm only a few miles, from the hangar, so
Yeah,
I used to see them things. I used to see that all the time. Sometimes way up in the air, sometimes way down low. I actually got to go into that hangar I was helping a buddy of mine that had a painting business, and we got to go in that hangar and hang out and everything. And on rainy days, it rains inside that building. The rain don't go around. When they got the doors open on each end, the storm front will come right through, and the rain comes right with it.
why? Because it's so high up, or
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay.
So high up, so open. Yep. So they got to make sure that if it's going to start raining or storming, they got to make sure that they shut one end of the doors.
Well, like I said, the one thing I do tell you, get some of that thick plastic or something or other else to put up inside your building. That metal building, in the wintertime, you throw heat to that sun in that building, it will start acting like it's raining outside, it'll be raining inside the building too. So,
Yeah, if I ever decide that I'm going to use it as a workshop, I'll fully insulate it and do the plastic and all that kind of stuff. But for right now, future plans, it's just going to be storage. I just don't like the idea of having a wood floor if I'm going to be doing welding and all that kind of stuff.
see, I told y'all, he got tired. He got tired of using that shovel to have to go dig up his mason jars out the backyard. So now he's building my whole daggum building my whole safe out there. I mean,
No. It's going to be funded partially by YouTube revenue, and partially I'm cutting costs around here. So I'm being very, very adult and very conscious with my spending now. So as long as utilities don't go up too much this winter, I should be all right. So,
yeah, but we can grow old, but we don't. Do we have to grow up?
that's the whole thing. I don't spend money on myself personally very well. If I need to buy stuff for a project or whatever, for the YouTube stuff, I'll spend that money. But this buying this shop on credit or the shed on credit has really really tore me up. That's why that's why I've been looking for so long. Hey Tommy, how you doing, buddy? And even after it was delivered and sitting out there, it still has me tore up. You know, even though I ran the numbers multiple times, and you know, just like I said, watching my budget and watching my spending, I'll have no problem affording to pay for it. It just, I hate being in debt. You know. Well, I live a little bit more than a few miles. I live about an hour and 15 minutes or so away from it. But in the grand scheme of things, as the crow flies.
Well, Goodyear's headquarters is up there, ain't it?
It's in Akron. Yeah, it's in Akron.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I couldn't remember exactly where it was at, but I mean, I thought I'd been by it, and I've delivered tires from other plants there too. I mean, so.
Well, see, and I missed out. I must have missed it on like YouTube or Facebook or whatever. They just had oh man, I can't remember his name now. Drag racer up in Akron doing burnouts in front of the building for their I don't know how many year celebration thing. And he was up there on a Thursday and Friday, but he was also at Summit Racing. The same weekend of Night Under Fire, but I seen nothing about him being up, at Summit or at the Goodyear hangar, or not hangar, but the Goodyear headquarters. I would have went up. I would have took time off work, man. That would have been cool. He did 2 passes right down the main drag right in front of the Goodyear plant. He was only supposed to do 1 burnout, but the road was rough. So his very first one, it was a good burnout, good throttle whack, but he backed up and they really wetted it down. He really got the tires wet, and he really lit them up the second time, and he stayed in it. He didn't just, little short burst. So.
Well, Ed, you ain't supposed to tell them how rough the road is in Ohio. I mean.
Yeah. Well, they repaved it. I think last year they said, and the texture wasn't smooth like and they didn't have like a regular water pit or anything. So, and they don't have like a line lock brake. So when the very first time they hit the throttle, it just it wouldn't. I mean, it spun the tires, but it just didn't do any smoke. And so he wanted smoke, so he backed up, and he said when they were interviewing his crew chief, he's like, I knew exactly what he was doing when he's backing up again, because he wasn't idling the engine down or getting ready to shut it off. So he goes, I knew what it was. He goes, I just walked away.
Well, that Matt Hagen, the big funny car guy.
Yeah.
His dad lives or used to live right here in the same town I live in, but so he got pictures in all his businesses. I mean, he owns a big car dealership and all down here. And several different, and a big real estate agent, real estate builder, and all this stuff. So his pictures all over everything down here. Matt Hagen this, Matt Hagen that.
Yeah. Well, I just seen 2 at the end of the week that oh, I just had his name. The guy from No Prep Kings and Street Outlaws, Lutz, Jeff Lutz.
Mm-hmm.
They were going somewhere, going down the road. Drunk driver crossed the medium, hit their motorhome, it burnt to the ground. Him, his wife, dog, son. I think that's all that was in the motorhome. Barely got out. It was dark out, and luckily it didn't get the trailer. I mean, it kind of smoked it and scorched the front of it, but it didn't get into the trailer. So, ooh, we got Nate down here. Nate!
Hello, friends.
Uh-oh. Nate's got the bikers out.
Might be going for a little ride here in a minute. That's why I haven't been in the chat.
All right.
Tomorrow's live stream, Ed.
What time?
I don't know. Whenever I get around to her.
You get one out and one back in.
Yeah.
No, one out.
I got Victor's go-kart fixed, so well, kind of fixed.
Tail light guarantee.
I gave him my warranty.
We used, when I was in the used up car business, I worked for a man. He said he always give him a 30-30 guarantee.
30 feet or 30
seconds.
minutes?
Yeah. 30 seconds. 30 feet or 30 seconds, whichever comes.
Oh, 30 seconds. I like that better. As far as the racing go-kart goes, we might have found a solution.
Awesome.
We're going with a fuel pump, Ed.
Yeah.
Because Victor came over and we were looking at it, and he pulled the fuel line off right there at the carb, and it was no fuel was coming out. He put it down below the carb, fuel started coming out. So we're going with a fuel pump.
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll fix the problem on the go-kart.
Yeah. I just had to put a fuel pump on one of our zero turns at work, and luckily they haven't needed it because we haven't had a whole lot of rain to speak of that'll make the grass grow. I waited a week and a half to get it, and it was wrong. Briggs & Stratton parts for those engines are so freaking hard to look up. It's the 36 horse Vanguard. They come with two options: fuel injection or naturally aspirated or carbureted.
Right.
They show the electric fuel pump. They show the injection. They show the fuel injection. They do not show the fuel pump for the carbureted. I had to go. And that was actually at a Hustler dealer. They were having trouble looking it up. I had to go to another small engine place or another dealer. They don't even sell Hustlers, but they are a big Briggs. They sell a lot of Briggs & Stratton stuff. And he's like, "Yep, I know exactly what one it is." He goes, "And yep, they don't show it on the parts diagram very well." He said, "You really got to dig to find it." He said, "And I got two of them on the shelf. You want one?" I'm like, "Yes."
Huh.
But yeah. Hopefully this one lasts more than a year because I bought a aftermarket one and put it on about a year ago, and it quit working. They apparently it's been acting up for about a month. Oh, it's been really hard to start, and we'll get out there and get mowing and mow for like an hour or so, and it just shuts off, and then it's really hard to start again, and then you can mow for about another hour and it just shuts off, or it'll start spitting and sputtering and it has no power. And I'm like, oh, okay. Brought it over on my side of the shop, put it up on the rack. First thing I did is pulled the fuel line off and cranked it over. It wasn't pumping no fuel.
Uh-huh.
They were filling the tanks full, and that pressure was pushing fuel up to the carburetor because the carburetor is about 2/3 of the way up the fuel tank. Well, once the fuel level got down and it got hot, I had nothing. So now she fires right up. I didn't take it out and try and run it for an hour or two, but I figure if it's getting fuel, it's going to run. So,
well, Ed, we're going to go for a quick ride, man.
All right, man. You can enjoy yourself, man. I wish they did some stuff like that around here.
Hey, you can probably find some people.
Nah, I don't see any mini bikes or anything running around here. All they have are side by sides.
Well, you
And
got to
they're
do what I
assholes.
did and get all your friends addicted to them.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk to y'all later, though.
All right, man.
All right, take it easy, Nate.
I tried to get all my friends addicted to pulling tractors, but they see how much money and stuff I got into them. And they don't want nothing to do with them. they like to come and watch and
Well, I
listen.
kind of heard somebody trying to pick your brain a little bit on them tractors at the tractor pull the other day.
Yeah.
What do you do to run to this? And
Yeah.
dude, you don't need to know. That's a need to know basis.
Yes, to it. I could put electric fuel pump on it, but you have to know our grounds department. I would have to put a pressure switch on it that, when it only run when the engine's running, and because in the past they've come back from mowing and parked it and left, and then the next thing I know, I'm hearing something running, and it's the cooling fan. They automatically kick on if the key's on for so long. I don't know if it's to tell you that the fuel pump's on, but yeah, they've walked away, and so I could just see them filling a cylinder up with fuel or whatever. If the float's a little sticky.
Hey, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne, how you doing, brother? But so yeah, I went with the vacuum pulse pump. If it was mine personally, yeah, I would have bought the $30 click clack pump and put one on it and ran it off the hot side of the key, and not had an issue with it, because that's what I run on my pulling tractors. But yeah, I not with them. That's too many moving parts for them. Nothing against them, but they just don't need that much. It's hard to get them to not fill the oil, let alone make sure the key's shut off. They've actually come in the morning one time, and tractor be dead and the key was on. That fan ran all night long and killed the battery. So
Somebody's stealing ATV.
Well, my ex-sister-in-law, one day she was talking about her lawnmower wasn't running. Well, she'd filled it, the oil slam up to the top of the fill tube on that sun gun. No, I mean, you couldn't.
That's the dumbest female I've ever seen.
One time, when I think I want to say it was a Husky or something like that, just a cheap little lawnmower we had. My ex was still here, and she used to love to ride the mower and mow the grass, so I never had to do that. When I got one that she could drive, and all right, Thomas, you take care, brother. Hope everything's okay. But after like 3 or 4 times mowing, she was, this thing just doesn't want to turn over. I'm like, oh, is the battery dead? She's like, I don't think so. It tries, but it just won't turn over. I'm like, okay. So I went down and pulled it out of the shed, and and looking it over, I'm like, well, let me check the oil. Same thing. The oil was all the way up the dipstick, and it smelled like gasoline.
Uh-oh.
I said, did you pull the dipstick on this thing and look at the oil? Well, not every time, it doesn't smoke and there's no puddle under it. So I didn't figure I had to check it every time. I'm like, yeah. I said, the crankcase is plumb full of fuel. I said, you're lucky, you didn't get it started and start running. I said, this thing could have went off like a bomb. So
Oh my God.
I said, not to mention the damage you're doing to the bearings and the cylinder walls with that fuel in there, washing the oil off. So I had to tow it up to the garage and drain all the oil, flush it. I put put like 2 quarts of oil in it, started up, ran it for like 5 minutes or so, shut it off, crimped the fuel line off, drained all that oil out. That was good and warm. I did that like 3 or 4 times to make sure I got all that gas flushed out of there. And while she was mowing, I went uptown, got a fuel shut off, and told her, I said, make sure you shut this thing off. So,
Oh, shit.
you know, and it was kind of, I don't want to say it was my fault, but you know, I cut that little solenoid, that little shut off solenoid. I cut it off as soon as we got it because it was bad. It wouldn't open. It was burnt up. So, but
Wow.
How can people be so
That's-
dumb?
That's kind of that's something like the neutral safety switch. Everybody cuts them off to start with on tractors and all that
Yep.
stuff.
you know, believe it or not, my Cub Cadet still has the safety switches on it, the seat switch and everything. Every time I mow with it, when I mow my side bank behind my pool, I got to sit up on the edge of the seat, but I got to make sure I got just enough cheek on that seat to make sure it stays running. You know, but and every time I do it, I think about it, man. When I get done mowing, I'm going to bypass that switch. I never do. And the safety switch on the parking brake lever, you know, because you have to get off of it, you have to have the parking brake set. It is so sensitive; it needs adjusted so that when you set the parking brake, you can actually get off the tractor. Well,
Yeah, Sharon tried to set the parking brake one time, set the mower rolling backwards down in the neighbor's woods.
well, the parking brake works. It's just the switch is so sensitive that it, you know, sometimes I can get off the tractor with it running. Other times I can't. There's even times I've gotten off it to pick a limb or something off. It stayed running until I got away from the tractor. Then I'm like, ha, you know.
Well, I mean the safety switch for the blades and all that stuff is still working on the one we got down here. You know, you jump out, if you got the blades engaged, you know, because this is the electric one with the switch on it to cut the blades and all on. And now that safety switch is still on, thank God, because I seen them blades coming toward me after it threw my butt off that other week. So,
Well, my PTO for my blades is actually electric over hydraulic or electric over vacuum. It's got a little vacuum canister thing on it that actually pulls a tensioner that starts the. Hey Wayne, what's
Hey.
happening, brother?
hey, Wayne.
Well, I thought I'd add a beard to the bunch.
Yeah,
Right? Not everybody can be beautiful like we are.
exactly.
Well, I just went there and shaved mine off.
Nah,
I got
Quitter.
I got 3 or 4 hairs that grow out and curl up into my nose, and they were aggravating me a while ago, and I couldn't find the scissors, so I just cut it all
I can't.
Sit down there. Sit down there next to Wayne there, Lisa. And let us know what you have to share.
Hold on 5 minutes.
All right, Dwight. We'll see you next week, brother. Thanks for coming in, man.
off. Right.
So
I'm sitting outside in the beautiful weather and enjoying it. Finally cooled off.
well, I thought about doing a live stream from the new shed, but it is so empty and it's steel and it is so echoey. I didn't even know if that little short video I put out was going to come out because, you know, I'm standing inside there and realized it's reverbing, you know. So
Yeah, I'm enjoying my shed. So
yeah, I hopefully this will.
That's the thing about it, dude. I believe I could get if I had somebody give me a 100,000 square foot building, I'd have that daggum thing packed in a month. I don't know how I can do it, but I can do it.
I'll tell
Oh,
you
yeah.
what, Ed, the only thing I recommend on that shed right away is to make sure you paint the floor and seal it before you put anything in it.
It's already done.
Good man.
They actually do it from the factory.
I put a gray floor paint for your garages on it. I put it on that wood and I put it on thick and let her soak in before I got into it.
Well, what they told me is this is the same stuff that they put on decks to seal the decks.
Yeah,
It's not the clear. It's not the clear stuff. It looks like paint,
right.
and that's what they use on the floor because they were having people pull like wet equipment and all that kind of stuff in, and
Yeah,
the floors were starting to kind of get wavy.
yeah.
So they said they just added that to the part of the building and stuff. So
The big thing, well, like mine, I put 2.5 foot of sand underneath it, and then I put about 1.5 foot of crushed concrete under it, and that way the drainage is beautiful. I keep sliding a moisture checker underneath the building, and it's way low. It's staying real dry underneath there. And the nice thing is the rock keeps rodents out. They don't like it.
well, yeah, this is probably halfway or half to 2/3 the way. My old gravel parking area.
Yeah,
And then the rest was like a clay. It's actually out of my creek next to my house that they
Right.
dug out a couple of years ago,
wash stone.
Uh,
Yeah,
and it looks like dirt, but it's got real fine gravel in it
right.
from the river, from the creek,
Right.
and we rolled it up there and we packed it down with the tractor. And even after a couple good hard rains we had, there was no wash marks. And I walked right across it the one day, and it had just rained like a couple inches the day before, not even a footprint or anything in it. So hopefully it'll hold up and everything. I am going to run electric to it. I've got an old electric line that was to an old shed that we had when we first moved into the house. Her she shed. Well, she quit paying on it like 2 months before she left and never said anything. And about a week or two after she left, they come to get it. So
Yeah.
and they would not let me pay it up to date to keep it, and they would not tell me what lot they took it to so I could go buy it as a used shed.
Yeah.
So,
Sounds like an ex-wife. Hey, I've been married once before, but this one here's been 41 years, so
Yeah.
you don't always find the right one the first time.
I didn't find the right one the first time, and didn't find the right fiance the second time. So
Yeah,
I figured the third one will kill me, so I'm not gonna go the third route.
yeah, the second time around, I got me a country girl that, her parents were dairy farmers, and hey, she liked to have the old manure squeezed between her toes, and she ain't afraid to bend over and go to work. So, hey,
I thought that's how this one was when I first met her, but when she found out I could pay all the bills and she didn't have to work,
yeah,
that shit changed real quick. So,
yeah,
and then she actually did go back to work, making a whole lot of money, and got herself another boyfriend. So,
yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. You live and learn.
so
Live and learn.
my
Yeah,
and my one friend, she keeps trying to hook me up, and I keep telling her, I said, unless she shows up at the garage here and picks up a wrench and starts helping me, I ain't interested in dating her.
You see my little SpeedX there in the background?
Hang on a second here. Come on.
Right there. I picked that SpeedX up, and that's been my little. That's my pulling tractor. It pulls my big old 14.
Oh, he froze.
Yep, he froze up.
The other way I do it, but it's
There we go.
you know how that goes.
Yeah.
I got
But,
I got my collection of tractors too. I've got 4-wheel horses and a SpeedX and a Simplicity.
well, I'm hoping that I can get. I know I can get everything that was in that old 10x20 in there, and hopefully I can get some more stuff that's in the shop that's storage. Get it over into that shed. And that'll make me a whole lot more room to work on stuff because there's a couple projects I want to do this winter that's going to take up some room, and I just want the extra floor space. But you know, one project I'll let you guys know is I got that homeless Honda, that V-twin 20 horse. I'm putting it in a golf cart.
Hey, now Hondas ain't homeless.
This one was.
Go get it.
Nobody-
Hers is. I finally put hers in the shop, and I bought a daggum carburetor kit 6 months ago, and I ain't want to take it apart until I got the kit for the carburetor. So, and now she can't find the kit for the
No, I
carburetor.
ordered another because it will be fixed.
Well, that Honda, the reason we call it the homeless Honda is because nobody wanted it. So I'm like, I'll take it. So it's got a home now. It's gotta have a home in a easy go golf cart. So we're gonna make it a go fast cart, and it's got it. The whole reason I want it is because it has a power dump bed and stuff, and I can haul the mail. And then of course I got the 50 cube to finish and put it into something, and I want to build another engine for or finish the other engine I have for Plan B. So yeah, I got some projects I want to get taken care of this winter. So
I used to have one of those faster ones. I had a 22 horse Boland's 2-stroke snowmobile motor on a wheel horse.
yeah,
Yeah, my ex-father-in-law built me a pulley system. He worked down to a Chevy bus and truck. He was a skilled trades down there. And the boys went together and fabricated me up a setup. I got rid of it before I killed myself, so I don't know what it's at now. But
well, years back, I had a buddy of mine put a what are they, a 4-something snowmobile engine, Polaris snowmobile engine in a club car golf cart. Took him 3 months to get the thing in there and running and everything all lined up and set up and everything else. And he actually drove it for 2 days. They were going down the road at about 48 miles an hour, he said. It veered off the road, hit the ditch, took the front axle, put it behind the rear axle. They went over him and his buddy went over the steering wheel and the dash, and they towed it back to the house. And his buddy come a couple days later, they loaded it up and took it to the scrapyard. He's like, we're going to die if we take this thing out, if we fix it and take it out again. So,
yeah.
So, all right, y'all. It's been an hour. We got 4 people watching, so everybody else is left. We're going to shut her down. Appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to y'all next Sunday. So, have a great
Have
week.
a good evening. Enjoy yourself.
So Lisa
Sure.
said check your messages, Red. Glad
All right,
everybody
I
got
will.
to see me. I'll see y'all next week.
See y'all later.
If you-
Bye, heathens. Behave.